Heads up, I'm going to be talking about an E3 build in this video, so understand that everything is super in development and we'll probably be talking about this game again later on. Castlevania and Metroid, two games that I spent a huge amount of my childhood playing, and two games that not only defined an entire genre, but also contributed massively to the development of all sorts of other kinds of games. It's easy to point to something like Dark Souls and see the influence that both Castlevania and Metroid had, but the influence of the techniques that both games used in their level design and puzzles can be found all across gaming in hundreds of other titles. These two games, these genre-defining pioneers, were massive influences on me as a kid. I spent weeks playing Metroid Fusion, Zero Mission, and Symphony of the Night. The explorative gameplay, coupled with minor bits of environmental storytelling and a flair for challenging combat and bosses, are now staples of my tastes. And it's been a long time since we've had a very good title in either series. Last year, 2015, in June, Koji Igarashi's Bloodstained Ritual of the Night was funded on Kickstarter for over $5 million. Before it was funded, I did some reading on the Kickstarter campaign itself, the reported development team, Inti Creates, and Igarashi himself, and I decided to go ahead and back Bloodstained and bide my time. A few days ago, in the wake of the travesty that is Mighty No. 9's horrendous development finale, myself and many others actually got access to Bloodstained's E3 demo. And I've gotta say, it feels good to be home. I was pretty worried about the direction that the development team decided to go for their visuals recently. Screenshots and low-resolution videos of the 3D art were pretty off-putting, but seeing it in front of me and being able to actually control the character and inspect the animations really lightened that worry. I'm really pleased to say that the visuals, controls, and overall the gameplay are as kick-ass as I'd hoped, at least for now. The player character, Miriam, her movements feel believable and her animations have a pretty decent amount of weight. A nice detail is that she'll actually take a few steps backwards before turning around and actually gaining momentum. Though limited in terms of weapons and magic, combat actually feels pretty similar to the older Castlevania games. Weapons have different attack speeds and animations. The one magic spell that you get is aimed with the right analog stick and you can fire it while moving. A touch that I really dug was that you have to use the spell to interact with the environment and open paths. This kind of interaction is really cool, but I hope that there's no main content gated behind specific randomly dropped abilities, and instead main content is kept to being gated by upgrades from bosses that are guaranteed, as is standard for the genre. The demo level is honestly pretty well designed. The ship that you explore is very obviously under attack and lower portions of it are flooding. There isn't a single part in the demo where Miriam is hard to follow or easy to lose track of, and I think a lot of that has to do with good control of background clutter as well as Miriam's bright design, so well done. There's also a really nice bit of what I believe is color grading between the background and Miriam herself, and she has a couple of moving parts that just help her stand out. It's really well done. Exploring the level and using the map to figure out where I hadn't been was a lot of fun and it felt great. It really brought back a lot of memories and I'm excited to play the full game. I do hope that there are a bunch of different environments. Some of the worst games in the Metroidvania genre are filled with really similar areas that just kind of blend together and don't have any logical transitions. In fact, the end game for level design should be really varied visuals and themes that are tied together in the game world by logical transitions, and that's been a standard for a while in the genre, so I hope they're able to pull it off. There are only a few enemy types in the demo, but their designs are pretty interesting. Overall, I feel that their animations could be improved. These weird squid guys especially just move strangely. When they're climbing up the side of the ship, it feels awkwardly animated, and I guess that's in part due to the fact that they're weird squid things, but I just feel like it could be improved. My biggest complaint about the demo is the boss's design. It's a gigantic squidfish monster with a huge angry mouth for a belly, and that's pretty cool. The problem lies with its massive, oversized boob area. It just feels distasteful. Now, I'm all for attractive or sexual characters in games. I think that hiding behind a veil of needless offense only stifles the growth of the medium. I do, however, also believe that if you're gonna try to make something sexy, then it should be done in a way that matches the tone of your game. These gigantic saggy bags of fish flab, and while I'm at it, the entire idea that some gigantic sea monster even needs to have tits is just so out of left field and awkward. It feels forced. It it really doesn't fit in with what we've seen so far of the game and what I imagine the rest of the game would be like. So I really hope that the design philosophies of whoever designed this fish thing are changed and don't continue on for the rest of the game. They did a pretty decent job on the main heroine. It'd be a fucking shame if all the other female characters in the game were designed like shit. They could, I mean, they could have even gotten creative with the titular area. They could have put mouths on them or given them eyeballs or made them look really, really like alien. But no, they just made these massive, strange, stretched looking bags of tit. And it's weird and it's bad. So anyways, now that that rant's over, I actually think we're good. The demo's pretty fun, the mechanics are pretty solid, and the gameplay design of the whole thing is on point as hell. I'm excited for more, and I'll probably be running through the demo a couple more times. I'll be keeping an eye on Bloodstained, and you can bet your sword whips that I'll be reporting back when there's more to say. So that's it. Thank you for listening to my impressions of the Bloodstained Ritual of the Night E3 demo. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've gained something from this. If you did, please remember to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. Be sure to check out the other content that I have on this channel. I do indie reviews and showcases. I also do kind of first impressions videos. We've got a bunch of Let's Plays that me and some of my friends just do to hang out and have a good time. If you have any suggestions for a game that I should look at, then please shoot me a line on Twitter or at my email address. Both of those are down in the description below. That's it. I'll see you next time. Bye!